Alright, fam, make sure you join me today because we're going to be eating like a boss, right? Eating like a boss, and we're going to have a nice little conversation. We're going to keep it short, though. Um, I'm at a loss of words. I don't even know what to talk about, but hey, I want to share the plate. And I did make the bread, like I told y'all. So tune in so you can check it out, and we're going to have a nice little conversation, alright? Peace. Alright, fam. I don't know what goes on with this camera, man. Hold on. One minute it show one thing, then the next minute it won't show what it's supposed to show. Alright, I'm gonna take one more sip. Alright, so of course y'all know we eating like a boss. I'm gonna speed this up so y'all don't have to be tortured as I go through what I'm eating. But I wanted to share the bread because I told you I was gonna make bread. So, you know, one of the things I got into over the fast was some bacon because I figured we can make us a little treat. As you see, it ain't make it all the way through the night. I gotta go get my mom a sample. But this one, instead of the chocolate, I put peanut butter. It's still the sourdough. I let it ferment for about 12 hours. That's all I could stand. I use a cup of honey. I have raisins and cranberries in it. And chia seeds. I couldn't find my hemp seeds. And I basically use a basic cookie dough type recipe, right? But I only let it sit for 12 hours. I have the bread that I am going to be eating on in the next couple of days. It's still fermenting, so it's going on 24 hours now. That I'm allowing it 24 hours. I probably will let it go. I'm gonna go and knead it a little bit more to kind of get the air back up in it, to let it soften up. But this is what the bread look like. Of course, I got the fermented stuff, and then also I had a salad, and I need y'all to know, why I'm doing the salad so much right now. Because first off, it was available at the school, and something that we can grow, right, real easy at the school, and we're doing it. So I'm like, man, this taking eating like a boss to a whole nother level. And I know y'all like, but how Timmy, you said that yesterday. But y'all got to understand how proud I am to be part of a place that is tackling a major issue. What's the major issue? If you go to any of our communities around the country, a lot of black folks live in a food desert. And one of the things that at my school I could probably say that we're going to be able to tackle is that if we do this gardening thing right, we could tackle food deserts around where we live. Now right here, I made a sauce, salad dressing, and it's basically miso soup, palm oil, Bragg's aminos, and some Death Eater vinegar. Okay, so this is my first time trying it like this, and I'm gonna speed it up so that y'all don't have to go and sit through while I'm sitting up here eating, because Miss Vern Love told me she couldn't understand me when I'm eating, and I understand, because I can't understand me either. All right, so let's go eat, then we're gonna get to our discussion. Now, what I really like about that whole eating like a boss piece, it gives me an opportunity to play some of the music that is made by some of my family members, right? But one day I'm gonna be able to do one of those segments, and everything on the plate will be, in a sense, grown by myself or somebody I know. The eggs that I eat come from somebody that I know, somebody in our circle. And what I'm trying to do is to get us to really start expanding who we are. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, there are black farmers. There are farmers in your circle. There are gardeners in your circle. All you have to do is look around your circle and really start pulling the best from everybody, right? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, as you start pouring libations, as you start pouring or doing the toast with us, right? You'll start realizing, or you'll start attracting what you need into your life. Would you believe this shit cut off on me again? I mean, I ate a full almost 10 minutes. Nothing. Right? So, here we go. Alright. So, yesterday, kind of got off into the hero piece. Brother Kwame got me started off on the hero piece again today, right? And so what I want to do is I want to share what I did with those of you that are on the Ujamaa challenge. I updated the calendar, right? And I kind of personalized it for myself. And I'm sending adjustable PDFs. I'm sending JPEGs to everybody that's on the Ujamaa challenge. But those of you that want to adjust the calendar for yourself, because on here I have my fast days. Because those of you know, I'm fasting on self-determination Kuji Chagalia, because that's the day I was born. I fast on those days, right? And then also we got the eclipse coming up. So I got a fast set for the eclipse, the 20th, 21st, and 22nd, right? Because the 22nd is Kuji Chagalia, so I'll be fasting until 9 p.m. on that day anyway, right? So it'll be a 3-day fast. But the point that I'm making is that you can personalize these so that you can start initiating yourself. Like I said, I love the term that Odin used, or Wednesday, or Wooten. I sacrifice myself unto myself, right? And a lot of us, we have to really start getting into some of these motifs and start using some of these dope lines that these heroes and that these deities have, because these lines remind us about who we are, and they help align us with who we are, right? And we have to, like I said, work on sacrificing ourselves unto ourselves. We got to sacrifice our habits unto ourselves. And if you don't feel that you're important enough to do it, sacrifice your habits for your children's sake. Or sacrifice your habits, the bad habits, for your people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, make it big. If you don't feel that you're important enough, you know what I'm saying, then make it bigger than you, right? Make it bigger than you. You can do that. You have the right to do that, right? Set yourself apart, right? Make yourself different. See, because listen, a lot of us spend so much time trying to fit in, right? We spend our whole lives trying to fit into a world that when you finish the race, you start to figure out that rather than running ahead of the pack, you're running with the pack. And unfortunately, in most cases, the pack don't even know where it want to go. Right? So I'm doing studying yesterday, and I run into this video where they're talking about the sense of excellence. You know, everybody talk about excellence, right? And basically, the rundown was that this whole concept of excellence comes from a sense of professionalism, which comes from a sense of how you're supposed to act. Right? So to be excellent in a society of mediocre people means that you are excellently mediocre. Right? When it's actually the people that are outside of that excellence that are the ones that drive change. If we look in our society, we look at the entrepreneurs. The entrepreneurs didn't fit into the models of business that existed. The entrepreneurs didn't fit. They don't fit. A lot of them didn't fit into the school structures as they stand. A lot of the innovators, a lot of the creators, a lot of people that we look up to never fit into the sense of excellence that everybody's talking about. When your boss is talking about a sense of excellence, what your boss is talking about is you adhering to the culture and making that company more money. Not you becoming a better person, right? So the whole sense of excellence is another cage that has been erected, a mental cage that has been erected for us that gets us to, which is needed sometimes, but it is the quirks of the hero that advances civilization, that advances people. Right? If Harriet Tubman had practiced a sense of excellence, that would have been 19 trips that our people would have never had. Because the sense of excellence for her was to make sure that rather than the gun, that she was holding a broom and in somebody's house sweeping and cleaning, and sometime being raped. Excellent. That was the sense of excellence for a slave. That was the idea of excellence. But she was able to seek beyond what was laid out for her. Right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, when we look at heroes, if we really look at heroes, I want y'all to just put yourself in the place of being a psychologist and looking at a young Heru or a young Hercules, right? Or a young Thor or a young Shango or you know what I'm saying? You just look at some of these cultural deities and some of these cultural people. Some of these people some of these heroes. And I want you to sit down and I want you to imagine what diagnosis a lot of these kids will receive. Would they be getting ADD, emotionally dysfunctional, defiant, ADHD? You understand? You know what I'm saying? Because it is those people, those type of individuals that usually move the bar up for society. Everybody that's sitting in a sense of excellence, right? And operating within the framework that's been given to us, right? Don't advance. Don't advance. Right? So, one of the things that I was looking at on this list is the 7 EEC principles and values. And for those that don't know, EEC stands for Emotional Emancipation Circles. This is, let me read it. The emotional emancipation circles are guided by a set of core values and principles consistent with our rich history as people of African ancestry. These principles are truth, justice, respect, harmony, balance, reciprocity, and order. They derive from the earliest collection of ethical guidelines and are collectively referred to as Mayat, the endless search for truth and justice. Obinga suggests that Mayat is a multifaceted, complex concept that includes a harmonious balance, seeks just treatment of the oppressed, and codify a set of rules for appropriate conduct. The principles embodied in Mayat, established in ancient Kemet, are also found in other parts of Africa as illustrated in the table below. As we do the work within the EEC, we strive to do so within the context of and guided by these values and principles. Now, this lines up with the days of the week in most cases, with the days of the week, but it adds Wolof. It adds a con values. We got a con name, but we don't got the con values to line up, and it also has traditional Yoruba attributes of good character, right, are lined up with it. So we will be going through these when I'm able to find them, because you know if I lay them here, I won't be able to find them. So, but the point, like for example, one of the things that kind of troubled me, and I got to talk with my elders about this, is give me a second. Propriety. So on the in the Kemetic, or the principles of Mayat, they call them 7 cardinal virtues of Mayat. We say truth, justice, righteousness, reciprocity, balance, order, harmony. I did it wrong. Truth, justice, righteousness, reciprocity, balance, order. Now we step in harmony. 7, right? 7. So that's the order we got. But one of the words that they replace here, they have a different order than we have, and then they got the term propriety, right? So let's look up propriety real quick. All right. I want y'all to check this out, because this is something important that all of us, we should always be doing. We should always be questioning. We should always be asking. Propriety. What is the definition of propriety?
Propriety, the state or quality of conforming to conventionally accepted standards of behavior or morals.
Propriety, the state or quality of conforming to conventional accepted standards of behaviors or morals. Right? So it's like respecting tradition, conforming to tradition, and I have a problem with this being in laws of Mayat, especially today, because if we conform to the basic standards that are expected of us in this country, then we will always be slaves. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we got to be able to ask questions. So what do you mean by propriety? So I'm looking down deeper into it. Details or rules of behavior conventionally considered to be correct. So, operate correctly. So how do we teach young people to operate correctly in a society where they operate correctly? All the rewards they will receive is dust. Right? Because we have always extended our principles to include everybody and everything. And I think for a little while we might need to just go on and ratchet some of that back and start really focusing on we. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to have a sense of propriety, we need to have it with ourselves. And if we're going to have a sense of propriety, we need to also make sure that our young people know that sometimes tradition, as beautiful as it can be, can also become a trap. Can also become, as me and brother Kwame was talking about, a shadow that can hinder our growth. It's a shadow that sometimes we might need to bathe in the sun to allow to fade so that we can see the new path. All right. So I won't keep y'all too much longer. I just wanted to, just do my morning thing with y'all. I'm just gonna call this a conversation because we ain't really cover nothing specific. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how this started. This started with me just in a sense talking with y'all about the principles, right? And then it just grew into what it's become. And I want to thank all of y'all for tuning in and taking the time to check us out. So this is Brother Atil Mama. Thank you for watching the video. I want you to subscribe. Click the bird right there, the fiery bird. And I also have a special video just for you right there. And for those that want more information about Nyame Journey, go to our site. It should be right about there.